Hey everybody, welcome to Halfbeard's HUD's Heads Up. Today we're checking out Grim Fandango Remastered. Start off this video, I'm going to tell you a little anecdote I've got about the one time I met Tim Schafer. I got to meet him once at PAX 2009. It was very exciting, you know, I told him how much I loved his games, how much I love Psychonauts. He said, well, what's the last game you played for me? Psychonauts, right? I said, actually, I'm playing through Full Throttle right now. And he kind of looked at me, he's like, you're playing through it now? I'm like, yeah, I finished it only a couple hours in. He's like, why are you playing it now? How could you have not finished Full Throttle yet? I'm like, I didn't have a good PC back in the day. I couldn't play it. And he got super mad that I had not played Full Throttle. Understandably, I guess. He must really like that game. He must be very proud of it. He would have been even more mad if I had mentioned to him that I hadn't even really touched Grim Fandango. That said, I had an excuse for Grim Fandango. That game, kind of hard to find. 98, I played like an hour at a buddy's house. Didn't have a PC that could play it at the time. When I finally got a PC that could play it, I kind of forgot about it because it was like years later. And by the time I thought to actually go get a copy, it was kind of physically impossible without pirating it. So I had to make do, and now it's out and it's great and I can play it, and yay. Yay.
That's why we call it the land of the dead. Are you ready for your big journey?
No. What journey?
The 4-year journey of the soul. It is quite a big trip.
So yeah, basic premise here. Grim Reaper in the underworld. Setting up travel packages. It's great. Everything about this game is great. It's got a great art style. It's got great writing. It's fantastic. Just a really good sense of style going on here. Between all the Art Deco and kind of the Aztec style and the little bit of lounge music. It's all very well done. Listen to Manny just jaw for a little bit. So yeah, that's my little anecdote about Tim Schafer. The one time I met him getting all super mad at me for not finishing Full Throttle at that time. Whatever, I finished it since. It's okay. It's good. I liked Full Throttle a lot, actually. I'm being unnecessarily blasé about it. It's a great game, and so is this. And yeah, this version of Grim Fandango is pretty good. There's more stuff they could have, and I would say should have done for it. But as it stands, this remastered version is still pretty great. So, I'm gonna just skip through the rest of this. Can I not do that? I can totally skip through it. Great. Now we're in the rest of the game. Let's show what they've done to it. First of all, as you can see, it looks a little better. I've got it on 16:9. Manny's got, look at the shadows there. See his curtains on him. Very pretty. I can switch that at any time, though. Switch him back to his original look, which makes him a little more jaggy, makes his suit look a little shittier. You know, there's not as much lighting stuff going on, but then I can switch back, and you get a smooth... Look, even the shadow changes. You get a nice smooth silhouette on the shadow there. And I can also go into the special features, and I can change it to squared off with borders. Also turn on director's commentary, which we'll do. See, now it's in its original aspect ratio, which makes it look a little better, though I do still prefer it 16:9. Other reason for that is because it's the way it's rendered. It's, you know... It is a game that is working on the same kind of visual style as something like FF7, as a good point of reference, where it's all just models walking around on top of JPEGs, and they didn't really do anything to touch up the JPEGs. So, let's listen to some director's commentary. At any time, you know, it comes up kind of like the way Valve did with Half-Life 2, where it's just you go to certain points, and then a little arrow will point up, being like, hey, you want to listen to some commentary? And I can go, yeah.
I love pneumatic tubes.
Here's Schafer telling us about how much he likes tubes. Tubes are great. Grab this thing.
Oh, really?
Let Manny tell us that, oh, the poisoning is a thing and it's important.
Yeah. And they would shoot pneumatic messages, like they'd push them.
Oh, that's a problem. So let's skip through this message, set back so it's actually got text. That's an issue. It auto-defaults to just voice, which is fine, because the voice acting in this game is really good, but it would be nice if it defaulted to having text and voice. So... as you can see, lots of, you know, it has been remastered, they've added commentary. What else have they added for this? They have added some unique stuff for the PlayStation 4 PS Vita versions of this game, specifically cross-buy and cross-save. So at any time, you know, if I save, it'll just kind of automatically save to the cloud. Just do it right now because I think it's cool. Save the slot 2. And it will automatically... save to the cloud, and now if I were to go pick this up on my Vita, it would start me off right here, which I've always thought is really cool. Whenever games auto-save to the cloud like that, it's a really neat thing. And it's got cross-buy as well, so if you buy it on the Vita, you're getting it on both places. So yeah, this is important. There's no autosave. This is one of the things where I think they could have done a little bit more with it, is there's no autosave, there's no hint system, there's no item glint, and while no, the game didn't have any of those things originally, it would have been nice to update it in some ways. You know, a lot of people are going to be coming to this for the first time. Modern adventure games have evolved. It's a fact of life. They're different now. It would have been nice if they had added those systems to this. But whatever. It just means you need to keep on saving and maybe become friends with GameFAQs. Well, yeah. Tell me, you got any message for me?
Any messages for me? Yeah.
I'm not just sec. I don't take. So
Such good voice acting in this game.
Right. But that sounded more like 4 messages to me.
All the characters are really well established. Really great writing. I mean, it's all kind of standard Tim Schafer adventure stuff. I mean, this is kind of the end of that golden age of adventure games, and it shows. It is very much the peak of that kind of writing. I mean, Psychonauts had a lot of it as well, but it's very present here specifically. What else is in this? So yeah, there's new control options as well. I mean, I'm playing this on the PS4, and I was walking around the gamepad. It works more than well enough. Kind of all of the basic options are mapped to the buttons. You can kind of inventory with triangle, go through it. Examine stuff with the square button. That works both in and out of inventory. O kind of puts stuff away, and X talks, activates, picks up, whatever. And then I'm walking around kind of camera relativistic controls, where I move the control stick, he walks the way he should. I can also, at any time, switch it to tank controls, which is what the game originally played like, where he walks like a goddamn freak. I'm not a fan of tank controls, but if you want the authentic experience, they're definitely the way to go. And some people are batty for fucking tank controls, so they've got them. They have got all the tank controls they want if they want them. So that's a thing. Is there anything else I haven't talked about there? Yeah, cutscenes and concept art. That's all in there. I'm gonna turn the director's commentary off just to keep the bubble off screen. I've never been a big director's commentary fan in anything, so you know. That's more just if you're a real big Double Fine nerd, kind of Double Fine Tim Schafer nerd. It's all for you. Other things they've done is they've completely redone the score. The score is now a live orchestral score recorded by the Melbourne Symphony Orchestra, rather than whatever it was before. I don't really remember. And that's great. Music in this sounds fantastic. I mean, it had good music before, and now it just sounds even better. I mean, and aside from that, it's kind of just the same game. Some stuff didn't transfer over as well as the remasters you might have liked. Like, Glottis here, he's an elemental demon. His whole deal is that he is born to drive. He doesn't look that different between the two. Like, he didn't come across as well in the remaster. Like, man, a lot of change has happened to Manny, and you can see that. And all the skeleton characters look great now. But some of these elementals, they still look chunky and clippy and kind of gross in a lot of the same ways. Like the fuzziness of the eyes, just because of the way that character is built. You know, he kind of feels like a PlayStation 1 character. Which, you know, for the time, fair enough.
No.
His weird, crazy teeth. Talk to him again. I want to see his teeth when in low graphics. Yeah, look at those teeth. That horrible mishmash of pencil teeth.
I got a message for a Mr. Calavera.
I do like doing that though. I mean, it's not too bad, but like the game does show its age in spots, especially in the design, like the gameplay design.
Yeah, wasn't that nice?
So yeah, basic idea is I'm trying to go to a poisoning. My driver's been sent home by my rival. I need a new driver. Glottis, help me out.
Looks like I need a new.
Oh, I love the ear. Like even with these kind of rudimentary characters, there's some really good animation stuff that just personifies them. That little ear wiggling, perfect. Do you want to be my driver?
You want to be my replacement driver?
Clearly wants to. His ears are wiggling.
Oh, no.
Can't.
Can't.
Well, come on, be my driver.
Come on, Glottis.
No, I can't.
His ass is too big for cars. Well, you know what? The cars are too small. I'm not going to go through every option. I'm kind of blowing through this stuff. I played through the first 2 hours of this game on the Vita. I kind of just... I did that specifically so this video would go smooth. Because this game is full of weird adventure game design. Alright. So he's like, hey, go make me a work order. Go get me a work order. Go get it signed. I can do that. We'll go talk to the boss, get him to sign it. We get this kind of weird animation where he goes back into his hut. Where they, like, anytime they alter with the background, things just look wrong. Yeah, I mean, one of the... I wouldn't necessarily call it a fault of this game, but one of the things about this game that definitely indicates its age is the puzzle design. A lot of the adventure game puzzle design stuff in this, it is straight, old school, nonsense. And a lot of the way some of these old adventure games used to be, where you gotta get on that specific developer's train of logic, and if you don't get on that train of logic, you are gonna be stuck for hours. So here, I need you to sign this work order, and this is not gonna work.
The boss to sign this work order.
These early puzzles are somewhat logical. Later on, it's like just
Mr. Copel, I've got
it's
Manuel
nonsense.
Barra out here to see you.
Didn't I say?
So it's kind of just like finding the one little thing you gotta figure out. It's just it can often just be not obvious, is what I'm trying to say. It's why I think a hit system or item glint or something like that, just a little give to people who are not used to old school adventure games would have been a really just nice token for them, and they didn't do it. That said, I mean, complaining about what this game is not the thing to do. Like, it's the fact that it's not playing like a fucking modern adventure game is not its fault. It's as it is, it's still a fantastic game. It's still really smartly written. It's still like, look at this great art design. The music's good. Like, there's such a cool world. I'm gonna kind of book through some of this stuff right now. I'm gonna grab a couple things first. Talk to the angry fucking clown guy. Get some stuff from him.
Back off, suit. I'm practicing.
Practicing what?
Wringing your neck. What does it look like?
Just a very clear takeoff character there. Give me a balloon.
Gives me up what?
Yeah.
Oh. That's not giving me a balloon. That was just you. Yeah, bet you can't do a tat.
Bet you can't do a cat.
I can do anything. I can do birds, amphibians.
All right, Robert Frost. Not what I need right now, but just because it's fun to do that one. And you'll get a bad-looking PlayStation 1 polygon of Robert Frost. Put that in my pocket. Now you, continue to give me balloon animals.
My kid,
I need 2 dead worms. Not for right now, but for later, just so I have them on hand.
there's no limit on
Good.
those.
Let me get another one then.
My kid,
Give me another dead worm.
do you have any more dead worms back there? Well, sure.
He likes the one who's done enough to work at. Great. Put that back in my pocket. I'm doing that for later. So I don't have to come out here and talk to him again. Go over here. Love the sound design where it's kind of like it fades out in the right spots. Like, it's just, that part's really well done. And some of the art design in this game is fantastic as well, as I've mentioned before. The mixture of Aztec and Art Deco. It comes across really well. The kind of like 50s Mad Men aesthetic meets Day of the Dead. It's a curious thing. So we're in the boss's office, and he is clearly not here, even though he told us specifically not to sign that work order.
It looks like Don's.
So he's changed his computer, answered the intercom differently. This has clearly been updated. There's no way this looked like this on the on the original 1998 version. So let's see. Just sign it yourself is what we need.
Just changes auto response here.
You get the.
Just sign it yourself, will you?
Look at all these responses. He really put a lot of responses in there. It's a lot of variability in his slacking program. Go this way. Go back down. At this point, I got really nothing else to say about this version of the game because it's kind of not much more than the old version of the game, just with some some shinier paint, I guess. But as I said, that's not really a problem because this game was really hard to find. I did try to play this. I mean, I played like an hour of it at my friend's house when it came out in '98. But I didn't have a computer that could run it at the time. I had a piece of shit attached to a monitor for a computer, basically, in '98. A few years later, I got a computer that could run it, and I forgot about the game, because it had been like 4 years, and you don't remember the game after all that time. And then a couple years after that, when I remembered, I should play Grim Fandango, it was completely impossible to get a hold of. Unless you wanted to pirate it, which, I'm not really in support of that. So, I kind of had no choice. I had to sit and not get to play this great masterpiece. And now we can. Now everybody can. Now it's out on Steam in perpetuity. And that's great. So yeah.
Eva, I'm impressed. I had no idea.
These cutscenes are a weird kind of mix between the remix stuff and the not remix stuff. Like the remaster, I'm not quite sure how much it comes across to these cutscenes. Now we get some... I kind of want to just get just a little bit farther in this, just because I wanted to show the human world, because I think the human world's really cool. This is kind of where you really get to see their balance of styles going on. Yeah. Glottis has got it.
Hey, I look good in this, don't I?
Yeah, well, they say black is slimming.
And now we're going to the human world. And we'll get kind of the central... We'll get as far as kind of what I think is the central plot of this game. I love the animation of him going... I think that's hilarious. I'm amazed they could do that with a polygon. With a very basic PS1 polygon.
Híjole, I'm gonna miss the poisoning.
Gonna get a little picture of Domino soon, being like, aha, I'm your rival! I am your stereotypical rival! Yeah, the human world is just like great cut-up magazine, pop art Picasso version of like 50s Americana. It's a really cool idea.
The living still give me the creeps.
Like, I like the idea that the real world, this is supposed to be the real world, is that it is, in itself, like, disturbing and unreal. Like, that's really interesting to me.
I can't reap hamburger, cows, or a whole other bureau, not to mention...
It's a good line. Oh, she's scared of me.
It's the fear of death that makes monsters of us all.
Like, the face is changing a little bit. That's entertaining. Alright, this guy is dead, we gotta free him.
We all do it. I can't use
Gotta
my
get our
bare
thing.
hands.
Oh, and earn a trophy. Yeah, a whole bunch of trophies in this, which are all quotes. It's all your trophies, with the exception of the one for playing entirely track controls. It's just like, you listen to a funny joke, here's a trophy. Which I think is kind of weird. And then, whoosh, free a skeleton man. Give him a tacky suit.
Nice bathrobe.
And we're back. Yeah, so that's a little glimpse of the human world. The human world's all cool.
But we offer several travel package upgrades if you care to.
Cut the
I love the super tiny, angry old man. It's just, it's a good character.
You know, Manny, I could make this car a little faster.
I do want.
Yeah, whatever.
Oh yeah, slam the front into the weeds, tub the rear end.
He's speaking nonsense. None of those are things.
You'll get plenty
Yeah.
of rest this way, Mr. Martinez, and you'll be safely padded by the foam created when these two chemicals mix, like this.
Oh, on second thought, I want to upgrade my package.
I'd like to upgrade my package as well. Whoa.
Better. But here,
I don't even know where that joke came from. That was me like, I should say something while this video is going, or else YouTube's gonna content ID me. And then that joke came out. Oh.
I gotta be a hard ass.
It's my boss. He's an ass. He's like, hey, why are you so bad at getting dead people?
Sale at a yacht club.
I got a sale right here.
I'm talking premium sales, Calavera.
Ah! Just such good voice acting. Calavera!
Scumbag clients are sending me.
Hey, now you're blaming the clients? Had it with you.
And again, the animations, it sells it. Like, they do a really good job of selling their world and their characters on every single fucking front.
Way to work off your time. Just your fancy suit and your big smile and a whole
Yeah, because he's got to wait for like a gajillion years or something to get to the next circle of hell. There's a real complicated mythology going on here that is interesting, but I'm not going to even attempt to explain in the course of this video. Yeah, Manny's having a bad day. We need to find a good
Lying
lead.
here tied to a brick. It's time to take...
Otherwise, we will not. Otherwise, we'll be stuck here. We'll lose our jobs. So we need to find a good lead. We need the trick to do that. So, go talk to Ava real quick. You missed a great poisoning.
Hey, you missed...
Yeah, and you missed.
Did I?
Domino came back from there.
Nuts.
Híjole, I got a tiny little...
Well, at least.
All right. Well, I can't find my driver.
I can't find my drop.
Manny, do I have to explain?
I love this. No, but I'd like to hear your description of it, just for kicks.
No, but I like to hear your description of it.
Again, fantastic writing.
Manuel Calavera that I know picks up.
There you go.
Dead people?
Preferably, and he brings them here and tries valiantly to sell. If he sells them enough premium packages, until then, having this.
All right, there you go. That's the basic idea of the game. What else? What am I doing at this point? We can go talk to my rival, Domino Harvey. Build muscle tone in the underworld when you're a skeleton.
Bottle anymore.
Seems a lost cause. Also, I'd like that he's got a belly, like a gut, despite the fact he has got no meat. Shouldn't it all just suck it? Shouldn't that... How is that belt out that far? Shouldn't that thing be, like, attached to his spine? Shouldn't he look like two garbage bags, just kind of like bread tied together? Shouldn't all the characters in this game look that way? I want to ask you a question.
I want to ask you a question. Shoot.
Why do you get all the good clients?
Why do you get all the good? You're asking the. You should be taking.
That's a dick move, guy.
Thanks. I don't enjoy.
All right. Is it hard to kiss up to the boss so much with no
Is it
lips?
hard to kiss up to the boss? Hey, I got all the lip I need.
Oh, that's not a joke. All right.
Well, that's okay.
Let's go do
Well,
go do stuff. So we need to get a thing. We need to get one of his clients. So let's just like go back here. Like I need to get one of your.
He's got a
Okay, so he's locked up his tube. Let's go look at his computer. He won't let me at his computer. Let's drink his booze.
No use for
Let's fuck him. Steal his booze. So there is some technical stuff with this game. You kind of saw it there, where it doesn't work great at points. I've heard of people running into bugs. I haven't run into any myself, but I've heard of some people running into bugs, which is why you got to keep on that autosave. Why you got to keep saving. Again, an autosave system would have been really helped that, but And also there's stuff like this where I can see if I can make it happen. Yeah, I can do that. Where I have set his stuff. Yeah, like that. There is some stuff that's just janked out like that. I don't know if that was in the original version, but there's things where like characters don't go in the right spots, and you can kind of like break the engine, and it's just weird. It's just kind of weird. So yeah, that's a thing with this game. We're just gonna complete this puzzle now. So what do I need to do? I need to get him. I need to get one of his clients. So let's go down. We can't get it from his tube, so let's go to where the tube starts up, just down here. Go down to the main lobby and go to the server and go get a look at the server. That's another one of the elemental demons. Show them again. Like they did not transition to the remaster super well.
Your empty beer bottles down the message tubes. How fancy is that? Huh?
I do realize it's a sophisticated piece of machinery.
You think you're better
Yes,
than me?
because I look good in HD and you don't. So, to the server room. Go take a look at it. Oh, there we go. Go look in here. And there's the server.
As a rule, I never touch anything more sophisticated and delicate.
To be fair, the human skeleton system is very sophisticated and delicate. So, oh, hold on. Go back. Grab that. Take that. It's because you never know when you might want to have a fire extinguisher. And now, we know that works like that. We know you can throw stuff down the tubes. We're going to go in here. And we're going to go over here. And we're going to use those empty balloons I crafted earlier for the sake of expediency. Not Robert Frost. Deadworm 1. Fill it with stuff. The dark chemical, as I think Manny would say. And the light chemical. Once I find my other worm balloon. I know I grabbed 2. There we go. And the game's actually pretty good about bringing up the right item for the right puzzle kind of when you need it. Sometimes, anyways. Sometimes, if you go up to a thing, it won't do it right. So we've got the 2 chemicals that when they mix together, they create that packing foam stuff. I'm gonna go back up to my office. I'm gonna perform some chicanery. Get over there. Damn fixed camera angles. Some people would say, oh, if you were using tank controls, you wouldn't have that problem. Well, you know what? Fuck your tank controls. If I had tank controls, it would be just unpleasant to play. I still don't like tank controls, damn it. I know everybody else. I know there's a lot of people who do. I don't care. They're perfect for some games, but you gotta get used to them.
Look out below.
There's balloon 1. Let's wait for it. Wait for it. There we go. Chemicals. Poured all over everybody's messages. And then one more. There it is. Put that in there. This'll break. There we go. I was gonna say that's probably I broke the machine. I think that's probably what I wanted. Yeah, getting this far, I've been playing for like 20 minutes now. It took me like an hour. And like, at least an hour to get this far when I played this the first time. Because this shit is not necessarily super, you know, apparent. That's the word I'm looking for. Having a dumb day right now, I guess. It's not super apparent. So there we go. This guy's doing that. He's got the thing open. Now here's another thing that's super easy to miss. Hit the deadbolt. Otherwise, he'll just close the door.
Just locked an open door. Strange, yet symbolically.
That's a good line.
fulfilling.
Giving you hot tips for the start of Group Fandango.
I'm not getting any messages. Is the
This
server
is indeed down.
Is that right? They think it's. I'd like to jam their tubes with.
Alright, so now, can I just, like, get in there for a minute?
Can I squeeze it?
Are you kidding? This is a highly. No.
Alright, well, who would do a terrible thing like this?
It's those pups. They think this baby is going to put them out of it, and they're right.
I was curious, how did you get in here?
Just curious.
I squeezed out. How do you think I got in here?
There you
Through the
go.
door.
Oh, I gotta split.
Well,
Yeah.
Now, we've talked to him. He's doing his thing. I can't move for some reason. I can't move. Oh, I gotta watch him scratch his butt first. Yeah. Oh, no, right, he's on fire. And then I can try to use this, and he's like, no!
You trying to blow this joint sky high? That's a magnesium comp. Spray that on this.
Wow, why would we use that packing foam?
Riding the giant Roman.
what? What?
I guess they.
That's a... Yeah, alright. So yeah, now we can go. And through here. And he'll do a little line. Let a little bit of pack material. For government work. And then we can go back right in there now. He's gonna close it. He won't notice for some reason that the door doesn't close. He's not a good employee. We gotta go back upstairs because there is actually something I forgot. Again, for the sake of convenience, there's a tube in there. We already know which tube is Domino's. It's the red one. He gets the nice special red tube. So we're just gonna put a blockage in there. By going to my inventory, playing cards, there they are. So I like how the widescreen cuts off parts of the UI. If I go back to my special features, squared with borders. Yeah, now I actually get full cancel. That's interesting. I didn't notice that before. That seems like it's a little rough. Whatever. All right, select it, slam it in there.
Dang.
Come on, do it on there. Now I got holes in my card.
Manny, what are you doing?
Just marking cards.
There you go.
honey.
I've marked that card.
I couldn't play this card there.
Go downstairs. I just want to kind of get into the main point of this game. At this point, I'm not even talking about the game anymore. I was just poking fun at it. Get in here, as well as giving tip. Wow, that didn't look great. Yeah, any time where the models interact with the background doesn't necessarily look awesome. So we need to get in there and get a message.
It's locked.
What I need to do is grab one of these, put it in here, wait for it, and a message will shoot out.
Mercedes Colomar, client number 9308, blah, blah, blah. Died of chickenpox, time of death, yada,
There you go.
Aha, positive attributes. Volunteer time, reading stories.
We've got one of
children.
Domino's clients. Super great client.
That's what I think you're it, Mercedes Colomar. I think you're the one for me.
Now it just immediately takes us to our destination.
Gladys, are you local?
Glottis has done cool things with the company car. So yeah, the thing here is that Domino's clearly getting all the really awesome clients. I'm clearly not getting any good ones. We fixed that, but let's see if that really fixes the problem. Book past Domino's. He's like, motherfucker! I want that car! Tongue is terrifying. I don't know what you do to make your tongue look that color.
Buenos dias.
You're not
Nope.
the nurse?
No?
You're not here to give me my
Skeletons normally don't carry that.
No, but I am here to ease your pain.
Guess they couldn't save me, huh?
No. But there's still a chance you could say.
Alright then.
That's a lot of responsibility,
Change back the
Mr. Calavera.
graphics some
What
more.
makes you think
Just to
I
kind of
did
show
that?
again how what they've kind of done for the texture work here. It really does add something to
See it in your
basically every scene in his office
You're
specifically.
entitled to a first-class ticket to...
Because she's awesome, so she should classify for the number 9, but she does not.
What?
And that's a
Did I do
problem.
Something wrong?
Not according to your bio. It was spotless. At least the part I read was.
I'm not sure I like the implication, Mr. Calavera.
So we got to figure out why she's not applying for the right thing. Is there anything about your past you haven't told me?
Anything about your...
Quite a bit, considering I've told
Okay.
you nothing.
Did you kill much when you were...
Very little.
It never killed anybody at all?
Never killed...
I have to confess, I never killed.
Not even a little bit?
Not even a teensy...
Maybe I just wasn't trying hard.
Big shoplifter.
Were you
Well, they
really?
but it wasn't my fault. That puppy followed me out of the
So basically, she's fucking perfect. So she should qualify for the best package
When I
possible.
was volunteering.
Just stop.
Cheat on your husband?
Ever cheated on your husband?
Mr. Calavera, there's no ring on
I don't know
my
if rings
finger.
make it across.
There's no skin on it either.
I guess you'll just have to trust me then.
Ever cheated on your dad?
I've never paid tax. I've never made enough money to be taxed. You know, it's mostly been
Huh.
volunteer work.
I do love his frustration.
Litter?
Oh, Manny, is that...
Work with me, Meche.
Well, I could do something.
I could do something bad right now. Does that help?
Say that, man.
Is that a thing that could work? Or yeah, are you?
Are you sure?
Yes. Would you like to see my bird?
I love this line. Sure, where is it?
Sure. Where is it?
It's wherever you guys put my...
I just love the delivery of that line. It's wherever you guys put my skin. She's just so adamant.
It's no trouble. Call me.
Alright, so there's clearly a problem here. She is perfect. She's a goddamn saint. She should be in heaven or whatever the equivalent here is right now. But she is not qualifying for the number 9 nor any other package. She doesn't even get that walking stick.
I'm sorry. I
So,
let you down,
what's the issue here? What's happening? And then the boss comes out and he's like, hey, fuck you! Wow, the boss doesn't change at all. They did not update his model in that scene.
Utilized company property in order to obtain secret information so you could take your
Yep.
illegally modified
And they're getting mad at me.
and your unregistered driver and run down
So, the basic plot here is that for some reason,
steal a client from her
all Manny's clients are not qualifying for stuff, even though they should, in many cases. Whereas Domino's having no problem. There is some sort of conspiracy going on here between the DoD, the Department of the Dead, and
for yourself. Ava,
somebody.
car, please.
She left about 15
So,
minutes ago, sir. She said she had a long walk
that's a
home.
thing.
She wanted to get started.
Walking? She had a ticket on the number 9. Why does she think she has
That's
to
a good
walk?
question.
That's the best package I could find for her.
Now you see why I give all the good clients to Domino.
Now I'm gonna get
That woman was a saint and a shoo-in for a double-N ticket that she's not going
double
to
N
get
ticket.
because-
It's not that much faster to say double N than it is to say number 9.
And now, because of your little stunt, she's out there, on her own, walking by herself through the petrified forest, facing the demons of the
So,
underworld, alone and unprotected.
yeah,
This
there's
is
your plot.
after a lifetime of hard
I could keep going, but I think at this point I've spoiled enough of this game. It's available now, PS4, PS Vita, PC. If you buy it on Sony platforms, you get both for one purchase price, which is always nice. 15 bucks either way. Got cross save, got all the stuff I've mentioned before. It's a great game. It's still a great game. It still totally lives up to a lot of the hype that I think people have built behind it over the years, and definitely worth playing now that you can get your hands on it without too much actual trouble. So as always, I've been your host, Halfbeard, and we're out. Later, guys.